Welcome back. It is about supper time, so I'll be getting that text message pretty soon. I was working on the floors for the Falcon and just about ready to start welding, and we're out of gas. So moving on, we got plenty to do, that's for sure. If you think back, if you go back in the videos, we had a little car show at church a couple months ago. The day after the car show, my pride and joy, my overly built CJ-7 Jeep, developed a fuel leak somewhere in like halfway up in the fuel tank. It just sat here and leaked in the shop. We siphoned it out, and it seems like about when we got about 10 or 11 gallons out of it, it stopped leaking. So something has either cracked or punctured the tank, and we need to pull that. It shouldn't be too hard on these. There are, this big thing here is the skid plate for the tank, and it's also the cradle for the tank. It holds it up in there. These long bolts here, 1, 2, those are the strap bolts. We don't want to mess with those. These 4, there's 2 on each side of the hitch here. Those hold the tank in the back. And then, whoa, there's 3 bolts in the front. Got 2 fuel lines and a vent line, and we can lower that down. So, back up we go. I'm gonna start. I think these have captures on them for the bolts. Otherwise, I know they're a real pain in the butt because they're about impossible to get to. So we're gonna try the middle 2 first, see how they cooperate, and then we'll go from there. But let's try and see if we can't get this out yet before supper time. Yep. That one had a capture. Seems like they're going to cooperate. It seems like the bolts are going to stay captured and cooperate. So before we can go too much farther, we got to get a jack under this tank, and so it doesn't just fall when it's ready to come out. Ow. That hurt. Get the fuel lines off and the front bolts here. Come on. Please. Please. Come on, I said. I said please. Okay. Oopsie. There's one. Oh no, that goes up here. Alright. Come on. That's a little tiny bit. Oops. There. Okay. Jeez Louise. That was not fun. Alright, here we go. Let's start over here. Hardware's going everywhere, but it'll be okay. We'll find it here once we get her dropped down. Okay, front 3 bolts and all the fuel lines are disconnected. Ow. Yeah. Don't need the long extension, but okay. Yeah. Should come down. Oh, no, hang on. Golly, guys. I just... Oh, there we go. That's all right. I should probably take the feller hoses out. Okay. Fill vent hose hot like crazy. We should be able to. Okay. Oh. That's too much. That's too much. Come here. There we go. Oh. My bumper. And okay. Well, we're gonna have to go. There we go. And then get forward a little bit. There. And come back a little bit. Okay. Let's go check the hoses. Forgot about the receiver hitch on the bumper. Might cause some trouble. I'm going the wrong way. Get back. Come on. There we go. Better. Okay. Whew. Go ahead and roll it out. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a problem. I'm just glad I didn't. I don't think I broke this. That guy fought coming off of there. Golly. Yeah, I think we're going to have right in here right in this area here. It's still wet. Great. Like this, they go, and then they get in there like that, and make a hole. All right, I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat, and then we're gonna see if we can't pull the skid plate off of this. Okay, grabbed a quick bite to eat. Now we're back at it here. Show you real quick. If you have one of these, I've already straightened them a little bit, but if these bolts here, the strap bolts, you ever come across them, a lot of times they'll get bent around. Just take a socket that's a little bit bigger than the bolt and a leverage, and you can bend it back straight. And then, hopefully, the nut will come off and you won't have to buy new straps. Oopsie. Oh yeah, it's still pretty crooked in there, believe it or not. Oh, that might have been too much, but we'll see. There we go. Just need a little more help. All right. Easy way then. Okay, now, in theory, this should lift out. Oh, it's empty. Okay. What do we got here? Well, well, well. I'm afraid we've got worst case scenario. Got not just one, but 1, 2, 3 vertical cracks right there. That's not a crack. Man, that stinks. So, yeah. What do we got here? The inlet's still good. I don't see anything on the front, but it looks like it was getting wet up here. Let's get a brush on it here. Catch my nail on that guy right there. Really wet right there. I mean, that's not normal, I don't think. Regardless, it's cracked. Had it wore a hole in it, I'd be inclined to try and patch it. They make some really good patch kits, or not kits, some really good patch epoxies out there for both metal and plastic tanks. If you go back one of the Falcon videos, the top of the fuel tank in the Falcon had a little rust hole in it, and we were able to clean it up and used a special patch for that. Now the difference is that hole was at the very top of the tank, where 99.9% of the time the only thing that's going to come in contact with that patch epoxy is vapor. It's not going to be underwater, under gasoline or fuel for extended durations. The problem with this is these cracks, and I don't know about the thing on the other side, but definitely these guys are going to be under the water line half the time. And like I said, if it was a hole, I would consider, oh look, there's a horizontal crack there too. So it's just, yeah. Oh, it's, yeah. So yeah, a hole is one thing. We can plug-a-late a hole, we can epoxy it, whatever. It'd still be below the fuel line on this most of the time. However, we're way beyond that, because these are cracks, and what do cracks do? Cracks spread. I could smear the epoxy, I could clean all this up, grind a little bit of that plastic off. I think it's cracked there too, and probably have epoxy fix that for, I don't know, a day or two, a week, a month, but it's not going to stay. It's not the right way to do it. So, hey, in the market for a fuel tank for a YJ, Jeep YJ, not a CJ. We have CJ Jeep YJ tub and frame. So I am using a YJ style tank. But yeah, kind of disappointing. We'll have to get on the old Fleabay and Amazonian site, and who knows, we'll just have to search around, see what one costs. We'll get one coming. It's the right thing to do. We're gonna fix it right. It's just not gonna be fixed right away. Dang it. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. I got to show you this before I sign off for the day here. Looking at the skid plate, nobody can call my Jeep a mall crawler. This is accumulation of sand and mud and silt from all the different trails and rivers and whatever else that we've been through. Look at under here, it actually settled underneath the tank. Look at that. And there's over an inch of just stuff. Pretty crazy. We'll clean it all up. There's probably 30 pounds of weight right here. But we'll clean this all out. We'll get a new tank. She deserves a new tank after seeing all this nonsense. We'll get a new tank in it, clean the skid plate up, and we'll get her back on the road. I gotta go search for a fuel tank. All right, we'll be back.